So did you know that marrying a man, a Christian man who actually genuinely fears the Lord, who is a person of integrity, will not necessarily guarantee automatically that you will have a happy home, or that your marriage will blossom, or that when push comes to shove, that man will choose you? I know that this will sound very controversial, but if you are someone that loves to study the word and see what is actually there, I would encourage you to hold on so that you will see what the Bible actually says. Because the thing is this, I see a lot of well-meaning Christians, and I myself am that kind of person too, who has believed that you need to look for someone that fears the Lord. So, and then we now start going down the rabbit hole of who is it that truly fears the Lord? Is it somebody that fasts and prays, that comes to church, that is in different departments or whatever? We begin to now define, okay, what is it that qualifies for you to say that someone fears the Lord? But regardless of whatever it is that we end up agreeing on and saying this is how you know a man that fears the Lord, I still want us to understand that that in itself is not a guarantee that you as a woman will be safe and secure just by, putting all your trust in that man. God himself already knows that somebody can actually love him but not love fellow humans. And that is why the Bible says, God was saying, how can you say that you love me that you have not seen? Meanwhile, you don't love your brother and your sister that you see every day. So you see that there are Christians who can make donations in church, they can do everything and all that. But when it comes to the way they interact with people, they have zero interpersonal skills. There are people that will tie head tie. You see them, they are praying morning, afternoon, night. Nobody will even see the color of their hair or whatever. They are fasting, their waistline is so thin. Their clothes, their pants, trousers are falling off their waist. But they are so wicked. So let me get down to the main point I'm trying to make here. Why we need to understand this is, as Christians, especially women, we tend to be very gullible. Bible says, be wise as serpents, but gentle as doves. But we grab onto that gentility. Being Christian means being nice, allowing yourself to be a pushover. People walk all over you. But we don't like the smartness side of things. Maybe it's because many of us don't like snakes. But the thing is this, because of that, our naivety, we tend to, once you marry someone that you feel like, okay, this person is a child of God, they love God, they hear from God, everything, you just want to put all your eggs in that person's basket. But have you ever considered that the Bible says that the heart of man is deceitful and desperately wicked? And the person may not even be meaning to be deceitful or desperately wicked, but when push comes to shove, that person may end up making decisions that will sacrifice you. And so, dear women, what this should tell us is that even if you are married, make sure that you have something to fall back on, not because you are planning that your marriage is going to break up. The Bible is a book of examples. So you will see that the good, the bad, and the ugly were all recorded in it for us to learn. So we don't gloss over the fathers of faith or the mothers of faith, right? And say, oh, look at all the good things they did. But we now ignore the bad things that they did because we're uncomfortable discussing them. When we discuss some of the choices they made, it will help us to see how the heart of man really is. So I'm going to be coming up with a series where we look at the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to relationships between men and women in the Bible. Okay? People that really loved God, men that loved God, and how some of them treated the women in their lives. And the purpose of this is not for us to disrespect or dishonor the good examples or the good choices that such people made in the Bible, but it is for us to understand the propensity of the heart of man. God himself, when he wrote whatever he wrote about, fathers and mothers of faith that made some kind of choices, he wasn't just trying to expose their dirty linen. He was putting it there so that we can learn, whether it is not to do what they did or not to allow ourselves to be put in a position where we suffer what the people in their lives suffered. So if you are interested in us dissecting a lot of the misogyny that was prevalent in Bible times towards women, I'll highly encourage you to just click the plus button there or subscribe, and so that you'll be able to follow along on this series.